We got the all-reliable M4 in Warzone 2.0. Now, you guys have been killing it with the videos. Let's go ahead and jump into this build. So, just to preface this, guys, this build is heavy on some recoil control. I've also got tuning included as well in this video. This is a pretty decent build. The only thing that I find that is tough is the damage range. Once we find out that damage range, we're going to lock in on that. We're going to make our builds around that. But until then, we're still searching for the best builds, the best attachments, and the best tuning for each individual weapon. And like I said, guys, this is a build that I use, so I believe in it. And I also got to win with this build too. Guys, to start this build off, we do have on the 419mm EXF barrel. That's going to bring us some damage range, hipfire accuracy, and bullet velocity. Here is where I try to put a little bit of emphasis on the damage range. However, like I said, this still needs to be adjusted. Guys, for the tuning, we took that damage range and we maxed it out all the way on the right here on the bottom. And you can see a little increase to the damage and the range and the accuracy here. We also maxed out that recoil steadiness as well. One thing that we're going to have to adjust to as a community, guys, and people that just play this Warzone 2.0 is that the recoil is going to have an emphasis and the ADS speed is going to have to take a hit. Once you zoom in, you're good to go, but that ADS is going to take a good little hit there, guys. Next up, we have on that FTech Ripper 56, one of my favorite underbarrels in Warzone 2.0 for sure. We're getting aiming idle stability, hipfire accuracy, and recoil stabilization. The biggest thing I wanted here was that recoil stabilization. I looked through all the underbarrels and the FTech Ripper gives us the most bump here in the accuracy and a little bit in the recoil control as well. For that tuning, I did not touch anything on the bottom. However, if you do want to adjust it a little bit, maybe go aiming idle stability maxed out, but I just didn't want to fool with it. I took that recoil stabilization and cranked it all the way up. You see there, you can see a little bit better here on the accuracy and the recoil control that we gained with the FTech Ripper here on this bottom chart. But this is a good look right here, guys. The accuracy being increased is really good for us, especially running this M4 as a primary AR. I want to make sure that we're accurate and we have some damage range, even though we are trying to figure that out still. Next up, we got on one of the best optics in the game. I'm still going back to that VLK. I have tried out certain other ones as well, but I really like the VLK. It's reliable, it's familiar, but if you guys want to change it up, use whatever you want to here, but I definitely think using this as a long range AR, we definitely need an optic. Now, I did adjust the optic as well. I took that eye position and I cranked it all the way to the far side. You can see a good bump in range and accuracy here. Also check that chart. But if you don't know, guys, the further away you are from your optic, the less visual recoil you will see. So you're not going to be getting less recoil. You're just going to be able to see less of it. If you guys are familiar with the FOV as well, you know that if you have 120 FOV compared to 80, you're going to see way less visual recoil. If you guys want to adjust the flinch resistance, you're more than welcome to do that as well. But I wouldn't really mess with the ADS speed unless you really feel like you need it. Now, next up, we got on the 45 round mag. I do believe that you need this. If you want to go 60 round as well, you're more than welcome to. You're just going to be a little bit less mobile. I thought 45 was okay and it got the job done. Also, there's no tuning for the mag, so we're going to jump into the last attachment. Guys, for the last attachment, I wanted to key in on a little bit more recoil control. So we have that Seiken ZX grip. That's going to bring us some recoil control there. You can see a tiny little bump in it. For that tuning, I bumped up that recoil steadiness all the way like I've been doing with every other attachment on the tuning. And if you guys want, you can fool around with this one. Aiming idle stability can be increased or sprint to fire speed, whichever one that you want. But for me, for these primary weapons, all I'm thinking about is like positioning myself in a building or behind some cover, zooming in, and then hoping to hit as many shots as I can. So that's why I'm really big on the recoil steadiness and all the rest of the recoil tunings. And here's the full build for this M4 long range build, YouTube. If you guys made it this far, drop a like and consider subscribing for more Warzone loadouts.